Welcome to today's lecture on master narratives. We'll be exploring the dominant cultural stories that shape our understanding of the world, and how recognizing them helps us question what we've accepted as truth. Stories are more than entertainment. They're the framework through which we see ourselves and others. They build our collective identity and help us make sense of the world, even as they evolve with time. Some stories become so dominant that they shape a consensus reality, a shared belief system about what's real or acceptable, often driven by culture, institutions, and media. Let me share a personal experience. When I became pregnant at 24, I turned to a best-selling book for guidance, only to find that it didn't reflect my experience as an unmarried Black woman, without social or financial support. This moment opened my eyes to who gets centered in mainstream stories and who gets left out. This isn't about maliciousness, it's a function of power and cultural dominance. A master narrative is a dominant cultural story that defines what's normal, acceptable, or ideal. It shapes our expectations and often positions certain identities and experiences as the default. Master narratives are created by those in power. The master narrative is the proverbial elephant in the room, always present, even if we don't name it. When we challenge the status quo, we often bump into it. Whether we're aware or not, it's always there, influencing us. Master narratives can take many forms, from colonialism and manifest destiny to ideas like the American dream and traditional gender roles. These stories shape how we define success, identity, and belonging. Master narratives evolve in three stages: manifesto, archetype, and stereotype. Over time, what begins as an ideal can harden into a rigid standard, one that no longer reflects reality but still demands conformity. Master narratives reinforce systems like patriarchy, paternalism, essentialism, ethnocentrism, and exceptionalism. These narratives shape not just individual behavior, but entire institutions and power structures. Patriarchy presents men as natural leaders and reinforces traditional gender roles, making inequality feel normal. Those who don't conform, women, non-binary people, or dissenting men, are often excluded or devalued. Paternalism frames those in power as well-meaning protectors who know best, but it limits others' autonomy under the guise of care, reinforcing inequality in homes, institutions, and policies. Essentialism reduces people to fixed traits based on identity, ignoring complexity and reinforcing stereotypes. It assumes that who you are determines how you think or act. Ethnocentrism centers one's own culture as the standard, treating other worldviews as inferior or strange. It blocks empathy and reinforces cultural dominance. Exceptionalism promotes the belief that one group, often a nation, is inherently superior. It masks systemic advantage as earned success and discourages critique of the dominant narrative. You've seen these master narratives in action through whitewashing in films, the framing of indigenous people in history, or the paternalistic approaches in healthcare and international aid. Artists, activists, and communities are always pushing back. Counter-narratives challenge the dominant story, offering new ways of seeing, being, and belonging. Narratives change because people change. Cultural shifts, education, social media, historical context, these all play a role in disrupting old stories and writing new ones. Understanding master narratives isn't just about theory, it's about living and leading with intention. Personally, it gives us the tools to examine how we've been shaped by culture and to reclaim the stories that reflect who we really are. Professionally, it sharpens our ability to think critically, empathize with others, and create inclusive spaces. Whether you're an educator, a manager, a creator, or a citizen, recognizing the power of dominant narratives can help you dismantle bias, build equity, and shape the future with greater awareness. Take a moment to think, what master narratives have shaped your life? Where have you felt excluded or included? And where do you see counter narratives rising today? As the African proverb says, until the lion learns how to write, every story will glorify the hunter. Master narratives can be rewritten, and it starts with awareness, reflection, and courage.